Hello, my name is Arlene. I'm a senior at Dos Pueblos High School, and this is my Dos Pueblos Engineering Academy capstone project that I built with the help of the AEON Nova 10 Elite laser cutter. So the idea behind solar-powered slot cars is to compare mechanical power and solar power. The way that we show that is by having a track that has cars that move on it. Since we didn't want to just have the track and for it to look boring, we decided to add buildings and do a cityscape onto our project. So our cityscape idea was used for two different things. One of them was to create bridges that would go underneath our track to support it when it is elevated, and we also decided to make a couple more buildings that just go around the track to give it a pop of color and some creativeness to it. Our building that we created here is a flower shop building, which has different colored 3D printed flowers that are screwed onto it to give it a more 3D pop to it. And we also made some frosted acrylic windows that are used to just give it a more building-esque look. For our buildings, we went back into SolidWorks and looked at the drawing of the building, and we took the dimensions of the windows and then put those into a separate drawing where we added about a thou or two more into said dimensions, and then we used a laser cutter to cut out the windows, and we wanted to use different colored acrylic to make the windows pop out more, and then we just popped them into place. When we decided to do a cityscape, we began by designing our model in SolidWorks. For this process, we start with designing each side of our building as a part and then bringing it into a separate file to assemble. With each side of the building, we export the face, which has to be normal to in order to achieve a perfect cut. Once we are done with the design, we export it into a DXF file. To cut out the acrylic, we use the AEON laser cutter. I bring the DXF file into Lightburn, which is the application we use for the laser cutter. On Lightburn, we can choose power and speed setting, which change with the thickness and material type. In order to cut and etch into the desired material, we have to focus it so that it can cut all the way through, and the AEON laser cutter allows us to see exactly where our material is in the laser cutter so that we can place it without having to guess. Once our acrylic is cut, we can assemble our building and then put it onto our exhibit. Some challenges that we ran into when creating our buildings were that our original SolidWorks DXF files were created for our previous laser cutter, which took off 3 thou from its dimensions, so we would have to offset entities. With our new AEON laser cutter, we no longer have to offset entities, so we don't worry about having to make each drawing with an additional 3 thou. This is our project. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy it.